Over at DIYDanielle.com, and today I'm going to show you how we enclosed a previous garage door opening and added an entry door. We did not do this the correct way. So the correct way is to do all the framing and then add your door in and all that good stuff. But we did not do it that way. We wanted it to be as easy as possible. We wanted to do it with 2 people, and this seemed to have worked. So we're pretty happy with how it came out. So we used a lot of upcycled materials or materials we had left over. Whoever lived here before had stored a bunch of old siding underneath, so we reused that instead of buying new siding because we would have had to spend a lot of money on building supplies. So we're really using 2x4s and OSB that we purchased at the hardware store or the lumber store. So let's get started. The first thing we did is remove the garage door. You can see my other video about how to remove a garage door, but it's pretty simple. We were able to actually sell this garage door on Marketplace, so just keep that in mind. You can sell it or donate it to a program like Restore that has thrifted used products. So that's your first step right there. Okay, so we started by screwing the door frame, because this came as a whole frame, into the side here. There was a good sturdy wall to attach it to. Second step is we popped a 2x4 all the way across. It was exactly 8 feet. Now, the only problem is there's a little bit of a gap. That's going to get covered up with siding, but we needed to shim it, so we added a couple pieces of wood over it. Screwed all the way up to attach the 2x4 to the framing above it. Next thing we did is we cut a piece of 2x4 that was this width here and screwed it directly into, again, floor and the base underneath here. So, okay, and he's cutting 2 pieces to go, one on this side and one on this side. Okay, so we did need to make sure, as we adjusted this, that the door would open and close with the adjustments, because if it's too close, because our frame is not perfect, it's a used door, so when we push it too far, it wasn't closing and opening properly, so we had to just kind of go ahead and readjust. Okay, so the next one we did was obviously this side one, and now we're just going to build in our studs here. So where he's cutting those, we're going to attach them once he's done. Okay, so you want your studs to be 16 inches on center, which I'll show you what that means over here. So you want to make sure the center and the center here. So that's 16 inches. So we want these to be similar. Once you've got them cut, just go ahead and attach them. They may not all be 16 inches on center, but you really just want to make sure they're not super far apart. That's what you're going for. That way the weight is distributed evenly or somewhat evenly across your wall. At this point, you want to cut your OSB. That's the wood that's going to go on the outside to cover your framing. And you are going to screw it in and attach it to your studs. Obviously, if you need to, cut it to the right size, but we are using the full panel for this first piece. Because we discovered that there was a lot of rotten wood, as you can see, it was kind of falling apart on us, we removed all of the siding and we tried to cut away any of the bad wood, and we just covered it up with new OSB. In the first photo, he is cutting away the rotten wood. In the second one, we have the rest of the OSB installed. At this point, you want to install some Housewrap. This helps protect the wood from any rain or snow or whatever wetness that gets through your siding, because it can come through. That's why we had a lot of rotten wood. I have a separate video about installing Housewrap, so make sure to check that out if you don't know how already. Really, your last step is just to attach your siding. In this case, we found scrap siding underneath the shed, and we used all scraps. So it doesn't look in perfect condition, but there's no holes and cracks on any of these. It's mostly just a little bit of grass you see on them. This was super easy to install. I actually kind of think it might be my favorite part of the project, so far anyways. But you're just going to attach it using nails along the stud.